Hello everyone. I would like to present to you R-Lift technology by Intellect Ltd, a disruptive invention that uses atmospheric nitrous oxide pollution as substrate to produce nitrogen for plant growth. Take a deep breath. We take for granted that the air we breathe is clean, yet 45,000 premature deaths occur yearly in the UK alone, attributed to nitrous oxide pollution. It is 300 times more harming to the environment in terms of global warming than carbon dioxide. We all associate urban emissions as the major issue, but it is agriculture that agricultural land that receives nitrogen as a standard practice across the globe that has the highest impact. Our solution is quite simple: specially processed photocatalysts that work under normal daylight. They are prepared in a simple formulation for the end user, and they are sprayed on the surface of any crop. R-Lift captures nitrous oxide from the atmosphere and converts it to nitrate, and that results in crop growth. We remove nitrous oxide from 50 cubic meters of air for every square meter of R-Lift sprayed, and that's on a daily basis. We have proven yield increases of up to 20% in cereals and legumes, and further demonstrating reducing the amount of nitrogen that is applied, and that is without compromising the yield, so the farmers can reduce the nitrogen. Several other technologies are available to increase nitrogen use efficiency, but they are costly, so they're not easily adopted, and they don't actually reduce the nitrous oxide production. A bit about the company. Intellect was formed in 2012 to develop disruptive technologies, improving crop productivity sustainably. Our track record includes the development of 2 major patent technologies, receipt of R&D grants for the R-Lift technology, and market capture with leading products in the industry. A patent technology was sold to Cargill, so that released some money to develop these technologies. And our mission is to make a positive impact to the world's agricultural sustainability for a secure future using innovations that are out of the ordinary. I'm Dr. Apostolos Papadopoulos, founder and CEO of Intellect. The largest positive impact using R-Lift will come from agriculture. We can apply the product to any other grass, turf, professional turf, green walls, and other industries. However, agriculture will have the largest impact. R-Lift is sprayed on crops with a standard farm practice equipment, and it can be easily tank mixed with other products, so they don't have to go and spray specifically for R-Lift. 1 liter per hectare is the recommended dose for cereals twice in a growing season. And that coincides with other operations, so that again we don't have an extra cost or additional operation. It complies with EU regulations for use in agriculture. Farmers benefit from increases in yield of up to 20%. We have a reduction in application of nitrogen, which increases soil sustainability and reduces the cost of the farmer. The generation of carbon credits by using R-Lift provides an extra income to the farmer. So we are registering the technology with gold standards, working with SustainCert to approve carbon credits. The R-Lift capacity to remove nitrous oxide equates to offsetting 350 miles for every hectare sprayed. If R-Lift is used in 2% of the land growing cereals, it will clean a staggering 210 trillion cubic meters of air from nitrous oxide pollution. The wider benefits of R-Lift are to improve food security by increasing yield, improve human health by cleaning the air from nitrous oxide, reduce the incidence of global warming by removing nitrous oxide from the atmosphere, and increase significantly farming sustainability. The next step for Arlif are to produce more formulations that are applied to different crops than cereals, still focusing on row crops and broad acre, and also to include amenity and urban greens. Perform further efficacy trials so that we have data to demonstrate the efficacy on a global scale. We're targeting US, India, China, and Europe as the first tier markets, which are huge. And we want to recommend accurately how much the farmer can reduce the nitrogen by using Arlif. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have any questions from participants?
If I was to say, typically I get questions on the technology, and it's basically a photocatalytic structure that we have a special process to convert it so that it works under normal light. And once it is on the plant, it actually mines nitrous oxide. That comes from the soil, but as well is already in the atmosphere. And we're continuously converting that to nitrate, and then the plants utilize that nitrate. Other questions is about safety, and the photocatalyst is actually a food ingredient, so we already consume it. But even though we use it on plants that are not directly consumed by humans, and again, because we do make the photocatalysis able under normal light, but even if they are ingested, because there's no light in our system, then that will not have an influence.
So do you have any patents or any things?
Yeah, core to the business is to put patents. We already have 2 patent portfolios, and there is a patent submitted for this technology, and it covers the use, it covers the formulation, which is quite a flexible one, and also it covers the methodology of the process to develop these photocatalysts into ones that work under normal light. So yeah, and the idea is to get this into a global patent portfolio and leverage that to both raise finance to get into the market, the global market, at a good pace, but also be able to license with some other partners so we can cover some tier 2 markets.
And what is your fund requirement and how you are going to use your funding?
Yeah, we have different approaches. So we're looking at a minimum of £1 million. Today's rate, I think, with dollars is 1.35. And that is the first tier, basically focusing on the EU market access. And then we have a 3 million request, which includes the US, and 5 million, which includes the India and China as the first tier sort of global market. The spend is going to be used on trials, getting more people, establishing entities potentially in the places where the markets are, and a bit of a cash flow for manufacturing the product.
And what is your marketing strategies for this, foreign countries, basically?
Yeah, so we want to work with companies that have established networks in the marketplace. So they have a network with distributors, they already have the logistics, and we are planning to use universities to disseminate data, basically, trade shows, magazines, and also publications that are peer-reviewed with data that we've generated. And that's pretty much across all the markets. For instance, US, we'll be working with universities which are trusted by farmers, with journals to explain what the technology is, and disseminate the results from efficacy trials. So pretty much the strategy is similar. We are planning to do as well some dissemination through the media, because everybody's watching now YouTube, Twitter, and the various other means of communication.
Can you tell us something about your team and basically the experts working with you?
Yeah, so we have a lot of advisors. They come from the industry and also other, expertise from growing up and building a business, rather than specifically from the industry, which is good to see the organizational development. As employees, we're quite lean as a team. We have a commercial manager, we've got a chemist, we have a business development manager, and we work with agents, we work with distributors. So a lot of the basic work, if you like, is outsourced. So we admin and accounting is all outsourced, the logistics is outsourced, manufacturing is outsourced at this stage. And for every R&D project that we run, we build a specific team with the universities, research institutes, companies, labs, because they're very unique projects. So we don't want to employ people basically to train, if you like. So we can bring in a formulator with 30 years of experience, but they work for another company basically, and we collaborate that way. But the plan now is to expand so that we can put 110% of their effort in entering markets, and this is where the investment is required.
Okay. Any questions? If any questions, please.
That's okay. It's so the company's
Okay.
Crop Intellect. You can find easily my website if someone wants to communicate and send an email. So thank you again for the invitation, and